And we are live. Welcome to the Renegade podcast. Today we're doing Riff-Trax again of Brave New World Part 2. Again, this you could find this video on YouTube. It is the 1980
1980.
1980 version of the BBC version of Aldous Eugenics Huxley's Brave New World. So we'll continue where we left off, and let's get watching, Luke.
For those who don't know, where we last time on Brave New World, we've introduced to this very strange world of castes and you get different levels of power and access. Where during a little excavation, this couple went out to get selfies in the primitive world, and the girl got lost and stuck there. And now a new character has some sort of birth or existence defect wants to go talk to the girl he's in love with.
Yeah, Tay Spaghetti wants to go try to court a girl by taking her out to a savage reservation.
How romantic.
Oh, yeah. Let's continue.
All those things, love, hate, passion, jealousy.
Now, look here, Helmholtz. Suppose somebody should hear you talking like that. The both of us could be sent to reconditioning centers, or even to one of those free islands like Iceland or Madagascar. And you know what that means. No soma, no amphetamine. No, thank you.
Fucking
Right,
jump.
of course, we shouldn't let ourselves talk like this. I shouldn't even let myself think about such things.
Oh, boy.
I wish my problems...
And this man right here, he's in love with chaos, and he loves the idea of random, which is why he likes his kids so much.
I personally think the guy, the little A+, like, it just reminds me of a gold star. Like, he's a good gold star for being a good little boy, but keep playing.
And don't stop. Like yours.
Simple.
Of course. If you want this, Lenina, just tell her. What could be any simpler?
Yeah, she's a thought, dude. Just tell her you want to fuck her. She's one of those, like,
engage with her. You want to engage.
Yeah, you gotta use the proper lingo. So young Tay Spaghetti growed enough balls to go tell the woman he wants to fuck her.
And she does kind of like him, too, like in a cutesy way.
Well, define I don't know. She has like that flight attendant look. Like she looks like somebody like who was being extra in fucking Airplane. Doesn't she look like something?
Don't be alarmed, sir. It's just the Solidarity Patrol.
Solidarity Patrol.
Are you all right, sir?
Can
we help you in some way?
I'm perfectly all right.
Incel Patrol.
But you're alone, aren't you? There must be something wrong if you're alone.
No. I'm not alone. I'm coming to see someone there in that compartment.
Gamma males.
Female beta.
This future is so more humane than our current culture in some ways.
Go right on, sir.
I don't know about that.
Well, they care about people who are alone.
Well, no one wants to have privacy. That's part of the problem. No one has privacy because everyone's frightened to be alone.
Where in today we're so alone, we're so interconnected, we're always alone.
I don't know. They remind me of my grandparents. Fucking gammas.
Bernard! Isn't that a coincidence? Just a minute ago I was talking about you while Henry Exxon was engaging me.
Oh, what?
There? Come in.
Who talks to another guy when... Wow, Tay Spaghetti's gonna get pussy.
Not here.
Isn't it awfully late for us to engage each other anywhere else?
That isn't what I mean. I want you to come with me.
Now?
Now.
Oh god, they live in Zucker pods. What the fuck? They do.
There's no one here. It's empty.
I know it. Why I come here.
By yourself? But Bernard, it's unnatural.
I know it.
Yeah, Tay Spaghetti's...
Sometimes I just don't understand you at all, Bernard.
Sometimes I don't understand myself either.
I don't like it here, Bernard. It's so silent and empty.
It's just me or all the beta
there isn't even any music.
plus people are like Instagram thoughts.
Why don't we go somewhere so we won't be so alone?
I want to be alone with you so that we can talk.
Talk? But Bernard, whatever would we talk about? Especially alone. No one really wants to be alone.
I do. I want to be alone. And I don't really know why, except Sometimes it makes me feel more special.
Special.
Like I feel about you now. I don't want anyone else. I want you.
God, Teddy Spaghetti is such a romantic.
But we should not have left my place. I guess we could go to yours.
You don't understand. I want you. Just you. Or no one.
You want to
Bernard,
have
everyone has
relationship.
everyone, so no one has no one.
Yes, I know.
Sound reasonable.
Everyone has everything. So no one wants anything.
That's right.
Everyone
You feel better
fucks
now, don't you,
everybody.
Bernard?
A little.
God, sophistry is insufferable.
It's sound.
I'm to be honest, monogamy is the way to play, man.
What are you doing here, Max?
You sent
Too
for
many
me,
cooks
sir.
spoil the broth.
Oh, yes. In a minute, then. Oh, Miss Rothschild.
What?
You come
What?
to my office for a
Too
moment,
many
please.
cooks spoil the broth.
It's Rothschild. That's
Rothschild.
there's
Oh, Gina.
At least they have racial diversity
Why did
here.
I send for him?
He's going off on his vacation. You have to sign his computer leave.
Oh, yes. Well, then why isn't his file punched up?
It is.
Hmm.
I'm sorry,
Worse than I
Dave.
suspected. His work
Afraid I
record is
can't do
definitely
that.
aberrational. He has actually been doing twice his scheduled quota of work and barely half his scheduled quota of time.
Hmm.
Well, that sort of thing could lead to a complete breakdown of the systems analysis automation. When does he leave on his vacation?
Tomorrow.
Don't work too
Perhaps
little
by
and don't
phone I
work
can
too
do
much.
something about it. Well, I suppose I have to see him. Send him in.
Yes, then send a little
Send to
spaghetti.
Mr. Marks, please.
Let me set.
Tonight,
let me
Ogina?
Show this
I
shit.
can't tonight. I'm engaging Helmut Swanson.
Oh, yes, the Tell If You Leave jingle writer. Well, check for me with Miss Trotsky and Miss Meyer. Perhaps one of them is free.
Oh, you gotta love this film with it, how casual it is.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna fuck everything that moves. Why not?
Well, Marx, your performance has not been completely satisfactory. I only hope, sincerely hope, that your time away on vacation will allow you to seriously reflect. Do you follow me?
Yes, sir.
Good.
God, young
Oh,
Teddy
just
is
where is it
weird.
you're planning to go?
To the Savage Reservation.
The Savage. That's impossible. Even in the past, only the most rigorously selected individuals were allowed to go there. As a matter of fact, I once went there myself.
Yes, sir, I know that.
I can personally assure you it would be much too dangerous for someone like you. Only stamina and skill allowed me to survive it, and the female I took along, I don't recall her name.
Dude,
Exceptionally pneumatic. In any case, she didn't survive
these
it.
everyone's a fucking
So you can
whore.
see it would be quite impossible for you to be allowed to go there. Quite impossible.
Everyone's a cog.
But I've already been given permission to go.
Obviously a mistake of some sort.
Not really. If you'll notice, it is official. It is signed by his fortune.
Well, yes, I see.
If you would just sign it too, sir.
I don't know.
There. And I hope you enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Director.
Everyone's so fucking uptight. I don't know. Reminds me of tomorrow.
Valentina's busy too, but
Now. Insipid, pushy little. Something like that in his computer file. He probably thinks he'll be advanced to an administrative position. Well, we'll just see about that.
you mean him?
Yes, Marx. I think he has some ridiculous idea that he could actually be computed up to my position someday.
I don't know about
Well,
that.
we'll just see about that.
And then Thomas called the whole staff together.
What the fuck?
Everyone.
Why is everyone fucking each
Even the
other?
gamma clerks.
And he announced
It's a national
that he
pastime.
was going to be officially removed of all
That's
duties
just sacred.
because
Even
of
if you're
gross
fucking
moral and professional
even if
dereliction.
you're like a pagan, it's still sacred.
But
Bernard,
they're so
Yes.
they're so boring too. Look at them. Even their
I
bed
just
talk.
love your helium bed. It's so...
Seriously, like this pillow talk just kind of kills the vibe, girl.
It's so efficient.
No, I mean about Bernard.
Oh,
Why are they talking on the taste spaghetti while they're
well
fucking?
then, Thomas said, he was going to be officially transferred to one of the substations on a free island, Iceland, I think. As soon as he got back from, but what are you doing?
Fuck.
Just checking the time.
But it's still early, and I don't have to be in the office until... Where are you going?
I have to make a telecall.
Now?
Shit.
Bernard, are you done with your telecall?
Well, they have
Bernard?
Skype.
What?
Fast.
Iceland.
Bernard, you don't want to go there. They say it's awful.
Yeah, it's the last place of white identity, man.
It's not fair. Just because I got permission to come here? Well, he's afraid of how it will look on my file, on my computer file. That's it. What do I do?
Just take a few extra grams of soma. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Was and will make me ill. I take a gram and only am.
No. He probably thinks I'll run right back. Then, of course, it won't be on my computer file.
Well, well, here you are.
Teddy Spaghetti.
I'm the chief warden, Stelina Shell. I suppose you stayed over at the Rocketport Lux Hotel? Climatization, that's the thing. I see they haven't outfitted you yet. Well, we'll take care of that, and then I'll show you about.
No, thank you. I want to go straight there.
Fuck.
To the Savage Reservation? But you should be outfitted first. Ultrasonic microbomb pop popper, extra rations of soma and amphetamine.
Thank you. I don't need anything. If we could just go straight to the reservation, please.
Full Metal Alchemist,
Well,
2003.
then of course I won't
is
be able to give you a guided tour of our
interesting,
station, but
it's
whatever you
interesting
wish.
sense
This way.
of Keeping the Thrones. If you want to know my opinion on that. Anyhow.
Advertisements even on here.
Yeah. Hey, you know, you gotta make those shekels, man. Fuck, I'm out of wine. God damn it.
2 advertisements in a row.
Well, let it play because I have an individual who wants to have my opinion. What are your thoughts on Full Metal Alchemist 2003? If you want to see how to build off of a story and how something could, like, if you want to see Full Metal Alchemist 2003, you'd have to look at where the point of divergence is between what the author's intent and what the original intent was. You can watch it if you want. I personally prefer to stay with the original source material.
Was Brotherhood closer to the source material?
It is. It's a copy from the manga.
Yeah, the anime. I saw the ending of the anime, the 2003, and it seemed unusual for an anime. For a manga.
Well, that's. I mean, they went full off the fucking deep end. I mean, this is kind of like Mystery Science Stereo 3000 to a certain degree. Full Metal Alchemist. Let's just say that our alternate reality, their alternate reality. Our reality is their alternate reality of Nazi Germany. Okay, they went full fash, just to let you know. So, yeah, if you want to watch Full Metal Alchemist 2003, go watch it. They go full fash, with all seriousness. But yeah, Brotherhood's still where it's at, simply because it's what the original author intended. And even then, we don't really know who created Full Metal Alchemist 2003. But yeah, I mean, we do, but I don't know who actually wrote the fucking script. I'd have to look into that. It's okay. I mean, I personally just preferred the original script that the author intended. Keep in mind, it was originally created, and then, like Game of Thrones, the demand for the story outpaced the writer's original ability to get the script out. So there's that. Let's continue. Let's go back
To the Brave New World.
back to Brave New World. Ow. Dick. I feel like I'm watching fucking Planet of the Apes. Ow.
Except the apes aren't out to get you.
Brave New World was also a name of a super animated series episode. That would be interesting. I'll have to look into that.
Or sap.
Look at the guy with the poncho.
It was almost like a feeling, wasn't it?
Let me have a soma.
But I used all of mine. You should have taken the ones that the warden offered you.
If there were only
Everyone's
somebody
drugged.
here other than these savages.
Take those fucking Santax, man.
There.
No, that's a savage.
That's the Phil
But
invention.
he's different than the others. He's so beautiful.
Tomorrow, strangers. Happy to be of any service to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh
You
my
come from the
God.
other place, do you not?
Shakespeare fan.
It's a
Who are you?
LARPer. It's a fucking
See
LARPer.
before you a man of besmirched honor and heart-pierced shame.
Holy shit. This is what happens when Star Trek Trekkies meet fucking LARPers.
Look, there.
It's like a Ren Fair meets TrekCon.
Where'd he go?
How damned spot.
Those little tiny
A gram is better than a dam.
shorts.
Oh, that I could have suffered the slings and arrows to rent my too sullied flesh like the others.
But you are not like the others. Your skin is so smooth and your hair is so fair.
Yes, because of my skin. It should be my blood. Like the multitudinous seas in Carnadine, there for all to see.
What are you talking about?
There. I should have been the one chosen. I could have withstood the whips. I could have appeased the very vaults of heaven and stood in proudest raiment before the crucified son of Mekatan.
Megaton? What? This is gonna turn into a Fallout.
No, they denied that to me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
What a shame. If only I had some soma to share with you, you'd feel better right away. A soma a day keeps the gym jams away.
Sometimes Linda used to say that.
Oh? Is she like me?
No, not like you.
Do you like me? Maybe you'd feel better if we went and...
Who's Linda?
What the fuck, dude?
What?
Lady!
Who's
What?
Linda?
Oh, my mother. She came here long ago from the other place, but she was lost and separated from Tomakin, my father.
Uh-huh. So this is basically what happens when thoughts...
This Tomakin,
My father?
was he from the other place also? When did he come here? What did he look like?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, but Linda could. Do you wish to speak to her?
Yes, right away.
Linda! Oh, Linda!
Why is he called... I don't know. Why is he called his mom Linda?
His mom insists.
What is it?
Oh, that's right.
Someone to see you. No. Right out.
Even Spaghetti's fucking freaked out. What the hell?
Priscilla. Are you from the real world?
The real world?
Yeah.
Lord be praised. At last, someone who can understand. You're the beta, aren't you? Just like me.
Thoughts, no thoughts.
Oh, I'd love to wear something nice like that again.
I hate to say it, but
If you only knew what it's been like for me here. No soma. No feelies. No gammas and deltas and epsilons to do the dreadful work.
I know. What a horrible world.
Really? Worst of all, if you can imagine, they won't even let you engage with someone anytime you want.
What?
Can you even imagine?
Even Spaghetti's a little bit freaked out by this.
That is, he said
before.
The one that you came here with. Tomakin, was that the name?
No, I just called him that. He was very important. Assistant director of the Central Hatchery. But I've forgotten his real name.
Thomas Grimble?
Yes. But I suppose he's forgotten all about me by now.
Don't be so sure.
Hmm.
How would you both like to come back there with me?
This is what happens when
Yeah,
Tay
thanks.
Spaghetti
You'll take us there?
and Benjamin
Don't you want to go?
unite.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Linda's told me how perfect it is. I've dreamed of it. Now to actually go there. Be able to leave this place. Be like Miranda and find a new wondrous world. Oh, what wonder! Many goodly creature there be. How beauteous mankind is. How lovely and fair and... Are you married to her?
Am I what?
Married. Thus joined, let two souls be as one. You understand? Forever. Hear the words they speak mean that forever.
What? No.
No, I'm a confirmed bachelor. What are you talking about?
Which means she's single.
Yeah.
Available.
Merry Christmas, Dash. Merry Christmas.
A brave new world. And such people in it.
Roll credits.
I must become Superman.
Crematorium and phosphorus recovery plant number 17. First level.
The computer records verify her name is Linda Lysenko, a beta-minus fertilization technician. And apparently there's no doubt that the young savage called John was... Well, that is to say, she is actually...
His mother?
Yes, it was definitely computer factored and verified that while in the savage reservation, she actually gave viviparous birth. And it's quite clearly
The father.
male impregnator could not have been a primitive.
A primitive.
Fourth
Not-
level.
Yeah, you gotta get that
Office
alpha
Floor.
point, buddy.
Corporation Relations Division. First level. Blue beam. Electro-optical power.
Is that all?
It's a dreadfully scandalous thing to come to light like this.
Of course, but interesting nonetheless. Especially the young savage. Viviparous birth and an unconditioned environment. The perfect experimental subject.
After Marx removed them from the savage reservation, he took them to the...
What was that?
You think they have pockets in those fucking jumpsuits? I mean, they're all consumer whores, right?
Well, they don't. Yeah, they just have it wear on their belts. They don't actually need pockets.
Oh, so they have like a... okay.
Fanny packs.
Oh, fanny packs. Right on.
Or tool belts.
Okay. It's all cool.
the local Lugs Hotel. He's made a number of telecalls seeking permission to bring the savage and the woman back here.
Of course, it was denied.
Of course, since such permission could come only from your fortune himself, naturally.
Naturally. Have the next call from Mr. Marks transferred here.
Directly to your fortship's office.
Directly to me. And only to me.
That's right. We're gonna have Uh-oh. What's this?
What's wrong with her? She's fine. She's just soma tripping.
Bitch is tripping on acid. What the fuck?
Now, before I go, let me acquaint you with a few of our modern conveniences. Bernard,
Like an idea.
don't be afraid. It's just a vibro vacuum massager. Watch.
A what now?
Viro vacuum massager.
You see? Maybe you'd like to try our electro-healing couch.
Oh, guys in the Bed Bath Beyond now. What the fuck?
Oh, it's an apartment.
Maybe later. Oh, well, if you're not interested in this, maybe you're feeling hungry. Here we have our mini micro snack bar. You just pick whichever item you'd like, push one of the artificial flavor buttons. How about an Instaburger and some imitation chips? Go ahead, anything you like.
Oh my god. They've invented vending machines.
That could be more graceful.
Well, I mean, you know, nowadays we have fucking, what's that shit? Crap. Processed.
Bernard, I'm afraid I'm not very hungry. It's all right.
Yeah, just throw it away. You know, waste food. Why not?
Perhaps there's something worthwhile on the telly, Feely.
The following Telefeely program schedule is now available. Channel 1, The Guiding Neon. Channel 2, The Fortean Tabernacle Sing-Along Hour. Channel 3, General Dispensary. Channel 4, High Holy Orgy Day Services. Channel 5.
I'm afraid there's nothing much on right now except the Detergio serials and the syntho-religious programs. Maybe you could try the few.
What is this?
Different. A seascape.
Weird. Play the background from fucking
whatever you feel like.
The backgrounds from that fucking Schwarzenegger movie. Total Recall.
Wonders. Is all of this in the other place too, Bernard? More than this, John. Lots more. John, you can have anything you want.
Really?
Then why weren't you happy there, Bernard? I don't know. Sometimes I felt like I didn't exactly belong. Like I didn't quite fit in with everybody else, but you wouldn't.
You are part of the intellectual dark web.
But I do, Bernard. I do understand. That's the way I always felt in Malpay, because I wasn't like everyone else.
Well, it's going to be different now for both of us.
Because you're a
Just wait
blonde.
till we back and they find out about you. You'll see.
When do we go, Bernard? Soon? Now?
First, I have to get permission. That's where I'm going now to make a telecall. While I'm gone, I want you to stay right here. I don't want you to go anywhere. Do you understand, John?
Oh, yes, Bernard.
You'll be all right. You're not afraid.
Afraid? No.
I mean, to be here all alone.
Alone? Did the girl go away?
Vanina? No. She's upstairs soma napping.
What's she doing? She's
Soma napping.
Oh, she's doing drugs. Everyone's doing drugs.
In her sleep.
Oh, dude, she's like injecting herself in her sleep. That's fucked up. More people watching, which is okay. I mean, honestly, I did this last minute. Why not? Yeah, fill the channel to make sure that fucking YouTube doesn't, punish me. This is so nice. I mean, look at him. He looks like a faggot with his little short.
That was sexy in the day, wasn't it?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, this feels like more like a fucking Italian production. This is like something that you'd see with what's his name, pt2 Pasolini or some shit like that.
What heavenly perfection rests upon her hands, her eyes, her hair, her cheeks.
Okay.
But to steal an immortal blessing from the lips of my Juliet.
Dude, she's a thought. And she doesn't wake up. Dude, she's probably one of those fucking Dubai porter potties. Just walk away.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, of course he doesn't know.
And of course, the moment I discovered the actual background of the savage, so to speak, I realized that this could be of considerable scientific importance. Naturally.
Yes, Mr. Marks, I understand the situation. Permission will be granted for you to bring the savage and the woman back here. And I will expect you to give me a full report on the savage's activities and reactions.
Yes, Your Fortune. You can count on me to do everything necessary to see that full advantage is taken of the savage. For science, of course.
Yes, of course.
Right? Bring him into Silicon Valley. Bring the savage to Silicon Valley. Why not?
Thank you, Mr. Marks.
Brave New World. Brave New World.
The fuck?
Time skip.
Am I high or something? Like, what the fuck?
I have called the members of the upper staff of the plant here for a necessary but unfortunate reason. As director of the Central Hatcheries plant, I have a special responsibility to see that its reputation remains absolutely spotless. Unfortunately, a blemish has appeared. A blemish that, if allowed to remain, could tarnish the reputation of the entire plant. I speak, of course, of Mr. Bernard Marks. I have, if I may say so, been overly indulgent with Mr. Marks. His work record has been deficient in all respects. Still, that could possibly be overlooked. But Mr. Marks's morals, or should I say, lack of morals, cannot.
What are your morals?
He has been officially observed alone on numerous occasions. He has twice refused to attend high holy synthosex services, and that is by no means the complete extent of his immorality. Mr. Bernard Marks has engaged with only 3 females in the last year. Therefore, I have decided to request his immediate transfer to the free island of Iceland. And I'm sure, after what you've heard here of Mr. Marks's record, each of you approves of my decision.
It's a fucking weird movie.
Marks there?
Yes, but there's also...
Doesn't matter, whatever it is can wait. Well, Mr. Marks.
Little spaghetti.
I suppose you know why you've been summoned here today.
Yes.
I've decided to make an example of you, so that it will be clear that deviance and immorality will not be tolerated. That is why, as you see, I have called the staff together, so that they may derive the proper moral lesson from witnessing your disgrace.
What are your morals?
Good.
Yes, good.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad they're all here.
Mr. Marks, you seem to be taking this very lightly.
This is
But
some
perhaps
fucking
once you've
chat
been
shit
transferred to the island of Iceland, you'll begin to realize...
Just one moment.
Do you realize that you're interrupting me?
Yes, I realize that. But there's something of particular interest that I would like to bring to your attention.
I'm not interested in anything you have to show me, Marks.
I think you'll be interested in this, Director.
Man, part of me thinks I could con all these people.
Where is he? Where's my Tomahawk?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's him. Of course it is.
Fucking birth control chick.
Did you really think I wouldn't recognize him, my very own Tomahawk?
What are you doing? Get away from me.
Don't you remember me, Jonathan? Don't you remember your little Linda kid?
Get this awful creature away from me. I have no idea who she is. I've never seen her before in my life.
Well, yes, you have. You took her to the Savage Reservation with you.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. And this is why you don't fuck with the Dark Lord.
It's me.
Because the Dark
Your
Lord
Linda
always
kid.
figures shit out.
You can't be. You're dead. The female I took with me, she died. It's a lie. Marks, he's the one. He's behind this.
I didn't die, Tomican. The savages found me and took me to their village. And I couldn't leave because of
Why couldn't you leave?
John.
John. John, what
Well,
are you talking about?
what are you talking about?
Oh.
Owen Benjamin meets his father for the first time. Oh, Owen.
Father.
Oh, the shame of it. The shame of it.
I know.
My whole reputation gone. 50 years of dedicated work. Not a single moral blemish on my computer file. I never allowed myself to engage the same female 3 times in 1 month. I faithfully attended orgy services each and every week.
Fuck.
It just isn't fair.
Yes, I see your point. But unfortunately, your past good record cannot undo the scandal.
Well, it's his fault. He planned it all.
Surely not all of it. Bernard wasn't even in his embryo bag when you went to the Savage Reservation with Linda Lysenko.
It wasn't my fault.
Perhaps not, but it did happen.
I know. I know. Everyone's snickering at me and pointing at me. I just can't face anyone again. I just don't know what to do.
Well, it's just a thought, but maybe if you went away somewhere far away.
Yeah, just get fired.
Well, they won't know about me.
I see. You want to transfer.
Yes. He has to transfer to some place where they won't know about this awful scandal, where
Nobody knows your
I'll
name.
be the object of ridicule.
I've heard there is an opening with the hatchery substation on Iceland.
Iceland? Yes, that sounds remote enough. Would you see that his transfer to Iceland is put through immediately?
Oh, so I guess they do have Soma or normal work at Iceland.
Isn't this means like there's more disproportionate amount of male alphas than there are female alphas?
Awful.
Well, I don't think it's an accident.
She isn't out there, is she?
No, she didn't come. Just your son.
Oh, no.
Look at him. Chad's scared. Chad's scared.
Perhaps you better take him the other way.
Fucking Peterson. Peterson runs the world.
Oh, poor Sap.
Oh, what if? Of course, young Ted. You don't fuck with the Dark Lord. This is the reason why you don't fuck with the Dark Lord. He plans shit ahead of time.
What a shame.
Yes, I could tell how deeply you were affected by his predicament, Mr. Marks.
Well, I mean, it is sad. A man who's given so much to so many out like that.
Oh, then you've modified your opinions of our society, I take it.
You know, your lordship, I don't know who's been telling you things like that about me.
That's of no consequence now. You seem to have been making quite a splash with your savage.
Oh, it's amazing. People are clamoring. I've received telecalls from some of the most respected people. Everyone wants to know what he's really like.
Yes, I'm sure. But for the moment, I'm much more concerned with what he thinks of us.
Yeah, what does Ben think about it? What does Benjamin think about us?
I'm going to leave you in charge of him. But of course, I will require complete reports on everything he does. You understand?
Yes, of course, unfortunately.
So this is the Savage. Well, come in.
I'm summoned forth.
But you'll get to come and see me, won't you?
Maybe.
Is that allowed?
Oh yes, that's allowed here. In fact, required. But come along now, you'll have time for that later.
Yeah, sex is fucking required. Therefore, you make it. No.
None.
What's going to happen to him?
As a matter of fact, I've just been given full responsibility over him by his fortune personally. I've been instructed to show him everything and to report back directly.
Oh. Well, that won't leave much time for engaging, will it?
I'm afraid I'm going to be rather busy.
Yes.
I meant John.
Of course.
Perhaps I can work something out for you.
Oh, that's right.
My name is John.
But your last name, I mean. Why not Savage? Mr. John Savage, how does that strike you for a name?
John Savage.
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
A rose. Oh, yes, of course.
You do not have roses here, do you?
Oh, I'm sure we do. In one of our nature nausea classes or museums.
But don't people wish to see flowers growing?
They did once. But we found that flowers are counterproductive. The time that could have been spent producing or consuming was wasted idly looking at flowers.
I'm afraid I do not understand.
Well, of course you don't. Yet. But you will.
Hopefully.
That is, if you stay with us.
You're not going to send me back.
No.
No. I'm gonna hold you around. You're a sideshow.
You see, Mr. Savage, here in our world, you may do anything you wish, be anything you wish, have anything you wish.
Can I be an attack helicopter?
Yes, and have anyone you wish.
I don't think they're even that delusional.
I don't know. Maybe on Soma I could be an attack helicopter. I don't know.
She's enjoying the Soma trips.
Dude, you know,
Catching
even
up
I
on decades.
I don't know. I kind of want to have a Soma trip right now.
Linda.
No, Mr. Savage, you mustn't disturb her.
Why
She's
do all
having...
the gammas look the same? What the fuck?
How do I know she's all right?
You can see for yourself. Just look at her.
She is happy. And beasts that reason not and lack all discourse are happy.
Have I ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, I have. Competitively, yes. This was back in, I believe, before GX.
It's John, your son.
Go away. Soma.
Oh, God. She's having a bad trip. Fucking whore.
She's off the trip. That's the
You
problem.
completely thrown her off her Soma schedule.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
You gotta take your fucking Ritalin, you fucking whore.
I'm Phillips Park-Ludens, Chief Dispenser. What is it, Mr. Savage?
Linda, I want to have her with me.
Quite out of the question.
But she belongs with me. She's my mother.
I will not tolerate that sort of dirty language in my dispensary, Mr. Savage. And if you plan to say any more filthy things like that, I'll simply have to ask you to leave immediately.
And then what will you do? No, seriously, like, what will you do afterwards? You tell me to leave? Okay.
Forgive me,
And if you don't
but I
leave,
do want to have her with me.
I don't think you understand, Mr. Savage. Here we have her on a strict Soma schedule. 2 happiness hours and 1 full joy hour a day. Without proper dispensary supervision, she would immediately Soma coma.
And if she didn't get any Soma?
Then she would, of course, scream incessantly. Is that what you want?
Oh, no.
no, you want to have her psychotic episode. You gotta keep her on her fucking
shorten her life by giving her so much.
In one sense, yes. But in another, we're actually lengthening it. A megasoma coma is a bit of what the ancients used to call eternity.
Eternity? Eternity was in our lips and eyes. You mean that?
Not exactly. In any case, Mr. Savage, you can be sure we'll do everything possible for her here.
It's pronounced Savage.
You don't mean she's dying now?
No, not now. But of course, sooner or later, the megasomadosis will lead to paralysis of the respiratory sector. Her breathing will then cease, and she will die of terminal bliss.
I want to be with her.
She'll die of being fucking blitzed.
It's difficult to say, especially in her case. The first sign is usually a brief reality relapse. Of course, you wouldn't want to see her then.
But I would.
Very well, Mr. Savage. I'll see that you're contacted.
Right.
Wow, Mom died.
To His Fordship, Mustafa Mond, Western World Controller, from Bernard Marx. Subject, John Savage. I first took the Savage to the great cathedral of our Ford. He was obviously inspired by the deep synthetic reverence of the worshippers, and I believe I was able to explain to him the rudiments of surrogate spirituality and placidic belief.
Wait, surrogate?
John's tour of a senior kindergarten conditioning school was, under my close guidance, a complete success. Naturally, I couldn't explain all the educational intricacies such as advanced play math to him, but I believe that with my further help, he may well be able to grasp some of the simpler things such as nature, nausea, reinforcement conditioning.
That's right, don't go outside, stick to the computer.
Conditioning.
While the Savage was obviously charmed by the primary erotic play class, it did seem to raise a question in his mind.
Oh.
Child
He
pornography.
asked again, where without mothers, where the children came from.
Now, Mr. Savage, I think you'll find this very interesting. After the embryos are bagged, they come along here for initial model selection. At the moment, we're turning out redesigned deltas.
Oh, Juliet, move not. And on thy sweet lips would my soul be purged.
Mr. Savage, come along. I want to show you
child.
all new and fully improved embryomatic separator. One epsilon unit goes in, and out comes 60 reproductions, absolutely identical to the original in every production detail. Come along.
This is just, I don't know. It gets bored after a while.
Did you sprinkle on additives or mix them in? I'm sorry, please, no more questions. We must keep on schedule.
Are you engaging anyone tonight?
Perhaps. I'll give you a telecall. Thank you. John,
You wanna fuck?
hurry, we'll be late for the Ford State Synthesis service.
What are they doing? These are the Delta workers receiving the daily ration of soma.
Like Linda.
Yes, not as much, but the same thing.
Why?
Why?
You said they were happy.
Well, of course they're happy. Everyone's happy.
Then why do they take the soma?
Because it's prescribed. 3 after work and 6 on the Ford State.
The doctor said so.
And really, you must stop using that word.
Hold it over here, Mr. Savage. That's enough. We have to go on with our tour for Mr. Savage. No more pictures.
But we need a statement from him for the Daily Times. Say one of your funny things, Mr. Savage.
Guys, we never went to the
Muse
moon.
of fire that will ascend the brightest heaven of invention. A kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and nobles to behold the swelling scene.
Ben Shapiro.
Perfect. Should I go on?
Say something more, anything at all.
That's all. I'm sorry. We must go on with our tour. Now, you can all interview Mr. Savage later on.
Guys,
Right this way, Mr. Savage.
are trying to kill me.
I hope that none of that upset him. I mean, I do hope that you won't put anything unfavorable about our operation here in your report.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You can count on me to leave out any minor matters as long as we understand each other.
Oh, we do. We do, Mr. Marks, I assure you. Careful, Mr. Savage, not too close. What
Not
is this?
that close.
Those are heliofusion tubes. You see, we take helium energy from the sun. The sun, up there, hot, hot. Then we pipe it thousands and thousands of feet down there, underground, where it's turned into nuclear fusion energy.
Oh, so they're clean and they're
Fizz,
fucking dirty engines.
Then back up comes fusion energy through those tubes. It's really quite simple.
Not that simple. I mean,
Approach, thou beacon to this underglow.
what the fuck?
And thou, oh shaking thunder, strike flat the thick rotundity of the world. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. You will put that in your report, won't you? I mean that I explained everything to him.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Here come the incels.
The robots, or single
The
function
spurs.
robots. What are
The
they called? Epsilons?
Epsilons. I guess. I mean, they're basically the spurgs of this society.
What's wrong with them?
Oh, that's a batch of our especially substunted Epsilon workers. As you can see, Mr. Savage, they were designed specifically for heliofusion work. Heat immersion pigment, growth-inhibiting hormones. You will note that their bodies were designed to fit perfectly into the coils of the tubes.
They're like little Oompa Loompas for that movie.
There we go. Oh, but we haven't seen the Delta Riff-Trax workers yet. We haven't seen.
I must go. I feel a sickness of spirit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Perhaps we better go.
But you won't put any of this in your report, will you?
We have to leave.
Fucking triangle thingy.
You're behind schedule. Take your elevator down for another batch.
Of course, a spur just does what he tells told. Little mentally ill guy.
Uh-oh, he's admiring the
I
sign.
think you did extremely well the other day at electro-obstacle golf. I mean, for never having played the game before.
It's not a game, Bernard. Everyone just sits at that machine and presses buttons, but no one runs or jumps or throws like in a game.
Well, it used to be like that once, I think, with a round object that people used to hit this way and that with sticks. Naturally, not that many people could play at the same time. But as soon as they replaced these sticks and round things with machines, then of course more people could spend more time consuming more energy.
No one plays, though, Bernard. Why do you call it a game?
Because that's what it's called. Central Slumbratorium 2.
Because I was
Very good, sir. First level, pink beam.
God, this is, I don't know. Why do all the fucking Epsilons look like fucking people who serve the Empire in Star Wars?
Stormtroopers? Or the...
No, the fucking
the generals.
Yeah.
It's the Slumbratorium Garden of the Departed Ones, and there's no need to whisper. Beautiful, aren't they?
Are they truly dead?
Oh, yes. Naturally, the departed ones aren't shipped here for formal cosmetic reconstitution until they've passed on. But I can assure you this is exactly the way each one looked in their real life.
What killed them?
Oh, nothing at all. By taking the correct chemicals, we all stay young till perhaps 80, 90. That's when the metabolic strain causes PPO. That's peaceful passing on. Where is a writer from Creative Cremation? It's all right. You pushed the disposal button.
Where did he go?
Down to the chemo recovery furnace. The bodies are brought here for cosmetic reconstitution before cremation and final chemo recovery. That way the chemicals that are salvaged from the body are returned to usefulness.
Let's go.
And the individual goes on being part of the greater society forever.
Recycling.
Do you want to play the plop plop
You're
game?
recycling human people.
Well, have you all finished your yum yum soma candy?
Yeah!
Since you've all been very, very good on our whole death training picnic, I guess it's time for your reward. Each one gets one plop plop.
Yay!
But just one. Go on.
Plop, plop.
Weirdos.
Death conditioning.
All right, children. All together. Death is perfect. Death is fun. Death is good for everyone. Good. Very good. Let's do it again and show Mr. Savage here how we sing our We're Not Afraid of Dying song. When there's no one left, sing a song of death. 420 courses baking in a stew, making pretty chemicals just for me and you. Death is perfect.
No, you don't understand! Death is darkest night!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Death is
In a
fucked up.
country from whose born no traveler returns. And none need court death, for death will come to each.
God.
Let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings.
Uh-oh.
Let us talk of graves,
Really, Mr. Savage,
of
you
worms.
have completely ruined my death training class. Now I'll have to start all over again with them. Come on, children.
But
we'll go back to the dine-in hall.
productive, like what the
Fun
fuck?
picnic. Come along.
Come on.
You get to work extra, and there's more people who need to be helped. I mean, it's an efficiency. Come on.
If you ask me, I think you'd better start educating your savage, Mr. Marks. Come on.
Educate your savage.
Sorry, Bernard. I seem to have done something wrong. John, this incident is strictly between you and me.
And the savage then completely disrupted an advanced syntho philosophy course by asking strange questions of the students.
What sort of questions exactly?
Well, here, for instance, he asked them to explain to him why life was a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury signifying nothing, some sort of primitive gibberish, obviously.
Ah, yes. Macbeth. Yes, obviously, gibberish. How about females? How many has he engaged with so far?
None. I know it's incredible, but at least according to this report from Bernard Marks, that does seem to be the case. And despite several illustrated lectures on morality, he still seems to be attached to his...
His mother?
Yes, his mother. Decidedly
Moral,
unnatural.
morality is subjective, dude.
Of course, but not for John Savage. Not yet.
Well, suppose he contaminates others with this sort of base animalistic attitude. Unnatural is unnatural.
Perhaps.
But
then that is precisely what the experiment is all about. To determine whether or not the savage can adjust to a higher plane of morality. Of course, if that proves to be impossible, the experiment will have to be terminated.
He has to.
Should I advise Bernard Marks that?
No, I don't think so. After all, Mr. Marks is part of that experiment now, too.
I really think I've done wonders with this boy. Of course, you have no idea how difficult this sort of responsibility can be. Tours, interviews, lectures, and of course, our boardship wants me to report personally about the savage.
Well, I suppose I should be quite impressed with you these days, Bernard.
Well, enough about me. Tell me about yourself.
He can't hide his black swagger
What have you been
in
doing?
his future.
Just a small piece of my own I've been working on. Maybe you'd like me to show it to
Oh,
you.
I would love for you to show it to me. The only problem is I don't have the time. I'm sorry. You do understand, don't you?
Yes, I think I do. You've changed, Bernard.
I'm not surprised that you noticed. Everyone has. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, Sigmunda Luce, that's the head of the Human Element Reconditioning Bureau, told me that everyone's been saying that I'm really a new, improved Bernard Marks.
What happened to the young man I used to be able to share inner concerns with and questions on the nature of free will? What happened to the young man who so often wondered what it would be like to live free of conditioning? What happened to that, Bernard Marks?
Well, he got promoted.
Nonsense. I've outgrown all that. I really must be if I'm going to make my engagement with Sigmunda.
Engagement.
He's gonna get fucked. He's gonna get laid. Teddy's gonna get laid.
The sort of things that you were talking about before, inner concerns, free will. I really think you should be more careful.
Oh, yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, you can hire yourself,
You're
right?
going to engage
Doesn't
with
want
the
to talk
savage
to-
tonight? How thrilling. Bernard arranged. Oh,
This
I
movie
really
is
did.
fucking
I
slow.
mean,
Holy shit.
everybody's talking about you being
I
interviewed.
love
by
every
the
second of it, though.
Social
I miss movies that
News,
take their time.
at the Young Women's 40th Association, and being engaged by the president of the External and Internal Secretions Corporation. Oh,
Yeah, grab him by the pussy.
wonderful. Except, what? Well, one part of it bothers me a little. The trouble is, I feel like I'm getting all this attention under false pretenses. The first thing everyone wants to know is what's it like to engage the savage. The trouble is, I just can't tell them. Because I don't know. You don't know? You mean you've never engaged with the savage? Why not? I've given him every opportunity.
What?
There must just be something about me that he doesn't like.
What the fuck? Bitch, you're sitting mixed singles. What the fuck?
Oh, I can't imagine what it could be. Well, I don't know either. I mean, you're very pneumatic. Well, maybe tonight.
Pneumatic? The fuck is
We're
that?
going to see the new Healy, and then we're going to take a sense of pleasure tour. He's bound to be in the right mood after that. Everyone says it's just wonderful. It's about this Blasto food worker, that's Roger. And he eats something that accidentally deconditions him. And when he sees June, he only wants her because he says he doesn't want anybody else to have her either. So he comes all alone at night.
Oh, there is my June, just like the moon, up there in the sky like a big plastic pie.
There? Roger? Roger? Where are you, Roger?
Here I am.
Wherefore art thou?
Oh, come fly away with me and be my little Valentine. We'll engage all day and engage all night and soar forever to the highest height.
What is it? What's wrong?
You have to put your hand on the feeling it, or else you won't get all the effects.
Oh, Junie June, I swear by yonder moony moon.
Is that the same character?
No.
Same
I hear
actress.
someone coming. You must go. Quick.
It's the same fucking actor. What the fuck?
But I will keep it up till night is done.
Sort of like.
What's wrong? No one's really anything like
And
that.
I am a beta.
What's in a name tag?
I mean, that's sort of what happens when the art literary student sees like a modern day interpretation of Romeo and Juliet. I'm looking at you, Leonardo DiCaprio. What kind of person pulls out a gun with it when it's really just a fucking sword?
Much as Marna.
Nina, you shouldn't go to see things like that.
The feeling, you mean?
It was base and ignoble. It was unworthy of someone like you.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be like that. That it would be something that would upset you, I mean.
You didn't know? Well, then, that explains everything.
It does? Oh, then I'm glad.
Well.
Oh.
Good night.
Oh, she
Good
wants...
night. Aren't you... I mean, I thought that...
She wants to fuck you. This is sort of what happens when trad Catholics or trad people
like me?
encounter thoughts.
Don't you like the way I look? Why don't you just come in and...
No, I mustn't.
Fuck me.
She's so confused.
No, seriously, this is like a legitimate problem people have. Like, if no one wants to fuck her, they want to like court her. There's a difference between courtship and fucking, you know.
But the guy that she wants doesn't want him. It's like, what's going on? I'm doing everything right.
And of course, she's gonna join on the cock carousel because why the fuck would she have any honest?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, I finally got the courage, and then. Oh.
No, Harry.
Oh.
But why?
Oh.
I don't know.
What do you think?
It's fine, I'm sure.
Fine.
Oh, pneumatic means contained or operated by air or gas under pressure.
Director of the Institute of Illustrated Mechanics, headmistress of Harvard, head of the Joint Chiefs of Computability, president of the Council of Decantation Control. This is just the beginning. You name them, I've got them. Oh, and Helmholtz, if you would like to come yourself, that's fine. You're more than welcome to. Excuse me for one moment. You realize that my guests are from the top echelon of society. I want the best.
High-tone stuff, you mean? Like after the feeling is over?
That's fine. What about How I Love That Dear Old Bottle of Mine? Can you play that?
Yes, it's programmed for that one, too.
That's what I'm talking about. We want things that are sedate.
Good old Mr. Mark. Strictly high-class stuff.
Fucking Marks.
It's a responsibility, but I suppose it is worth it. After this party, I'm sure I'll be invited everywhere.
Is that what you want, Bernard?
Of course, don't you?
I suppose. Or at least I know I used to.
Well, I'll put a word in with the right people for you, Helmholtz. You know, since I've been in charge of John, I've met some very influential people.
Where is John?
Oh, John, he should be out here by now. I better go check on him. You're absolutely sure you won't stay for the party, Helmholtz?
I don't think I'd fit in with your guests.
I'm sure you know best.
Is the Donkey Kong Country? Fuck.
What are you doing? No, that won't do it all. What? What are you wearing? I told you I want you to change back into what you had on when you came from the reservation.
Bernard, I need to talk to you about some things.
John, my guests are arriving.
I need to talk to you about Lenina.
No, she would not do it all. Now listen, they're expecting to see the savage. Naturally, they want you to look like a savage. Change.
They want you to look like a rebel. Change into a rebel. Rare to this fucking game? Or this music?
Mr. Marks, where is the savage?
Good question.
He's getting ready. There's Elton Lear, that marvelous telecartoonist. If you'll pardon me for 1 minute.
Anita Shapley, Director of the Bureau of Standards and Practices of Socio-Sex Norms.
Bernard Marks? Yes, I thought so.
This is like the world that every feminist would want to be in. Everything's about sex, drugs,
sex deviant records on file.
It's so
now,
conservative.
If I saw the savage alone, naturally, I prefer to conduct
Well,
my
I mean,
socio-sex
it's not even conservative. I'd say it's more akin to something like
show me to him.
mandatory. I mean, let's just be frank. Sex is fun when it's
Perhaps you're
not
forgetting about the
mandatory.
file on your deviant perversions, Mr. Marks.
Mr. J. Edgar Milhouse, Professor of Shredology of the Advanced College of Histobunk Rectification Studies.
Professor Milhouse, I'm so
Who are
delighted
you?
that- I'm your host. I'm Bernard Marks.
Well, where is he? Where is the savage? Well, I didn't come here to chit-chat. I want to see him. Now?
Yes, of course, Professor, of course.
Yes,
I'm just on my way to this moment.
Her Reverence Archdeaconess Rona DeMille, Director of Orgy Porgy Services and Disco Worship.
Disco work.
I shall return in 1 moment.
Well, I mean, technically, they always will come back. Disco work is never dies, right?
You have to come out, John. That's all there is to it. I promised every one of them that they could meet you, and every one of them is here.
You should have asked me first whether I wanted to meet them.
Look, you don't even have to say anything. Oh, maybe one or two of your little speeches the way that you do.
What the fuck?
Please.
Why
I
is
will
he
not
in
be
his,
as fly as to
he's in
wanton
his,
boys.
his savage uniform, and then they cut?
Exactly the sort of thing that I'm talking about. That's exactly what I mean. If you could just come out and say something wonderful to them like that, they would adore you.
In the new uniform,
John, how
right?
can you act like that? After all that I've done for you? Bringing you back here and everything else? John, this party is very important for me, and it should be important to you also. Everybody's here. Everyone who matters. They're all waiting to see you. John, you're acting like an absolute epsilon.
Wait.
He is on his way. He'll be right here. He is coming. Excuse me. You haven't tasted the artificial soybean pie. It's delicious.
No, I haven't, and I do not intend to. I have never been so humiliated in my life. Imagine rearranging my entire schedule to come here and examine the savage, and all for nothing.
Oh, no, not all for nothing. He's a marvelous boy.
I've made a note of this, Marks. And as far as I'm concerned, you should have been sent away somewhere. And after this, you will be.
Professor,
I think that I was actually going to invite him to a high holy disco mass. You can be certain that after this, he'll never be invited anywhere.
Would you all just please wait once?
Don't think you're going to get away with this, you little nothing. I'm going to see that everyone finds out about this little fiasco you staged.
If you would all wait and be patient for 1 moment.
Obviously, Thomas was right about you. Now everyone will know what you're really like.
Benito, don't go. We can talk about all times. We've always been friends.
No, Bernard. I mean, if I stay here with you, then they'd start laughing at me too.
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, all of you! All right, get out! Just get out! Get out of here!
I start scanning people. Fucking retard.
Stop playing and get out.
Get out, damn tail. Get out, Gamma. Kick him. Kick him from the chat. Kick him, Gamma. Kick the Gamma. Oh boy. How long have we been on this shit still?
An hour.
And you find this entertaining, Luke?
Very fascinating. It's like looking into another world.
Did you send them away? No, they left. When they couldn't see you, they just left. It's a scandal.
Fuck.
Everyone's going to be talking about it. Everyone's going to be laughing at me. Once in Mount Pay on the reservation, more than anything, I wanted to be chosen to be one of the hunters. They didn't want me. They laughed at me. Well, what did you do? I hunted alone. Well, it's not like that here, John. The most important thing is community, identity, stability. It's wrong to do something alone.
Yeah.
Besides, what would I do? Anything you wish to do. I know you want to help, and I appreciate it, but you couldn't possibly understand what I'm going through.
Yeah,
After
you're
all,
not
you
big
mentioned
brain
about
Emma like
last night.
spaghetti.
Bernard, everything will be all right again. I don't think so. I think it will be exactly the way it was before. The way you were when I first met you. But that would be very good. What are you talking about? Oh, Bernard, there's nothing wrong with being unhappy. Perhaps I do not understand. Perhaps you should speak to a friend you can trust. You have a friend, don't you? Of course I do. I have dozens of them. Dozens.
Yeah, they're all on your Facebook friends list.
He's got time for me day, night. Come on.
Watch his
Whoever
fucking...
it is, go away. I don't want to see anyone.
Helmholtz, it's me.
Please, there are people trying to engage instead of wandering about shouting in the middle of the night.
Oh my god, they are in fucking little test tubes.
John.
Sucker pods.
Well, come in.
Really? Some people just have no sense of decency at all.
Yeah, you fucking thought.
It's horrible. To have everyone leave me there? To be left
Poor spaghetti.
alone? All alone.
Aw.
You can't imagine what that felt like.
But I can. That's exactly what happened. I found out I could imagine it. I was chosen to give the guest lecture at the School for Advanced Emotional Engineering. I don't know what suddenly possessed me, but instead of using the prescribed rhymes as examples, I started reciting a work of my own.
A new jingle. Well, what's the harm in that?
No, it's different than that. Wait. What? Here. I'll read some of it for you. I flee from all committees. Stick but a broken drum.
Hey,
At
Justin.
night in the city. Flutes in a vacuum. Shut eyes, sleepy faces, every stopped machine.
Oh, stop it!
I know, it's full of ideas, dissident ideas. There's even a part later on about
The pleasures of solitude.
Well, don't read it. Ideas like that. But my thoughts, suppose they got inside someone's head.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
the president
don't let
of the Solidarity
Don't let the ink
Council
spread,
said.
man.
I had to appear before them. And of course they're right. I know they're right. It's just that I can't.
Well, you should have destroyed these. You should have computer shredded them. They're not jingles. I have no idea what they are.
Poetry.
Poetry.
A rap.
Poetry. What kind of thing is this? Explain it to me.
Well, it's not like anything else. It's beautiful. Like this. What a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties. In form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god. That's worse than what Helmholtz read. Beauty of the world. The paragon of animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Just stop it! I can stop it!
Spaghetti's had to spurg out. Oh boy.
He's not taking this well.
Yeah, Fox always spurgs out.
Bernard is right. Words are uncivilized. vulgar. And yet the sound of them, the rhythm. Obviously, whoever wrote them was a first-rate propaganda technician. Some primitive jingle writer, I suppose. But the emotions, the ideas, grief, hate. Computer lessons vowing to angels and God. No, it's all too uncivilized and vulgar.
Thus rap was born.
If only there was some kind of believable madness and violence and passion that one could write about. But what?
Rape.
What could it be?
First of all, I hope that your lordship understands that I've made every attempt to reform the savage's thinking. As a matter of fact, the constant contact with the savage has allowed me to rededicate myself to the ultimate principles of community, identity, stability, so that I can fulfill.
Yes, I'm sure it has, Mr. Marks. I'm sure. But at the moment, I am much more interested in the social and emotional development of the savage than I am in you.
Oh, yes, of course, I'm getting to that. I merely wanted to make sure that your lordship understood that any maladjustment shown on the part of the savage is not my fault.
Then whose fault is it, Mr. Marks?
The savages.
As a matter of fact, he's been spending a great deal of time with Helmholtz, Watson.
Oh,
They seem to be spending hours together talking about all sorts of operational things. Passion.
Like a good old Marxist.
Not that I let myself be in the least contaminated by what they're saying.
But of course you listened to it.
Yes, of course I have to. It's part of my duty, isn't it? On the other hand, if you feel that I shouldn't...
No, not at all. How else would you be able to report to me?
Yes, that's what I thought. And of course, it's the only reason I did listen.
You say that the savage talks a great deal about passion, and in fact, love. Perhaps his maladjustment has to do with his relations with women.
It can't be. He doesn't have any relations with women. I mean, not that I haven't tried my very best to explain that he should engage with as many women as possible, but apparently he's just too primitive to understand about morality. As a matter of fact, he actually seems to think it's wrong to want more than one female.
Well, now, hang on.
There's in particular female he has shown a more than ordinary interest in.
Yes, I've made due note of it. I can give you the name. Not that I've observed them myself, but I did hear the savage mention the name to Helmholtz. It's Lenina Disney. Perhaps I could speak to her if you like, warn her of the consequences.
No, since she is apparently part of the experiment now, too.
Wrong. Cease all computer sex squirter operations. Wrong button.
What happened, Lenina? I don't know. I was supposed to be fertilizing a batch of gamma females, and I think I turned them all into epsilon males.
Uh-oh.
There, you see, it's all right now. And besides, they can always use an extra batch of epsilons. But that's the third mistake I made today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I do. You haven't engaged with a single man in over a week, and you refused to go to the orgy session last night at the YWFA. I suppose everybody's talking about how bad and immoral I am, but I can't help myself. All I want is him, John.
Bad.
He doesn't want me. Oh, nonsense. I mean, every man wants you. Why wouldn't he? Yes. Why shouldn't he?
I think she said, why wouldn't he?
Helmholtz, I'm very glad you could come. I need to talk to you.
I'm here for you, John.
Starts like... Isn't it weird how it's like a porno?
I understand you.
Only better acting.
Sometimes I think you want me, sometimes I think you don't.
Like he ordered a pizza or something, and then she just shows up.
Oh, yes, more than that. More than words can wield the matter.
Oh, I knew you really wanted to be with me. You do, don't you?
Nina, I want to be with you always, forever, for all eternity.
No, don't say things like that. First you say such nice things to me, and you talk to me as if I were some awful bad woman.
Oh, no.
Like like and favorite, subscribe. If you can. Polygon.
Created of every creature's best.
It's looking big enough that YouTube starts to give a shit what we do.
Why haven't you asked for me?
Because I'm not worthy of you. In my village Mount Pay, I would have brought you the skin of a mountain lion.
It is
Yeah,
300
to prove myself to you.
And so far, I haven't been hit by a copyright strike, and I'm just basically playing with
I'll make mountains level and the continent melt itself into the sea.
So, what's her name? Susan Wojcicki? Yeah. Playing
makes my labor pleasure. If only this. Let me fetch and carry for you.
You want some Midsummer Night's Cream.
Why? There are machines to do everything. Or at least Epsilon semi-morons. Besides, you needn't do anything at all. Just take me.
Just sit back and fuck her.
Please, take me. Oh, please, make me quick. I'll set my dial so you can drive me wild.
What? I'll set my dial so you can drive me wild. What the fuck?
Oh, hug me. Hug me till you drug me. Give me a kiss that's full of bliss.
Oh, shame, where is thy blush? Stop it, whore! Get me to a nunnery, go!
What?
Assume a virtue if you have it not! Out of
Be
my
gone,
sight,
fuck.
whore!
A girl
That's right.
is better than a dam. When your nerves go jingle jangle, a song will make you spick and spangle.
Well, she's a poet, and she didn't know it.
Horse, go to it with a more riotous appetite. Oh, frailty. Thy name is woman.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Was this goodly book made to write whore upon it? Yes?
John Savage,
Yes, this is John Savage.
Linda Lysenko,
How serious?
approaching terminal bliss.
Before you're dying in hospital, I'll be there right away.
You can't love her because she's a whore. It's really sad. I mean, it's basically like the equivalent of every good-looking girl out there nowadays who's an Instagram model but wants to fuck everything that moves and become a Dubai quarter plotty.
Although I really appreciate they're kind of diverging from the source material, because at this point he just throws her out of the house. She tries to strip naked, but he kicks her out of the house, and she's like, "What's going on?" It's like how they rewrote The Giver, where everyone's like, "What's going on? Something's been taken from us."
Huh.
It's like a little bit of humanity in this edition.
Yeah, but then again, it's the 1980s, or technically it's 70s. I always say early 80s are an extension of the 70s.
It's kind of like how the absolute nihilism of the authors can't be brought into real life in the movie screen. Kind of like the nihilism of Watchmen couldn't be translated into the movie. Uh-oh.
Well, I don't know. We might do something.
He insists on going into the intensive euphoria unit.
Are you the head nanny nurse?
Yes.
My name is John Savage. There's
Oh, should we
someone
pause?
here.
We have a-
Linda
we have a-
Lysenko. I have to see her.
I'm sorry.
We have a half an. We'll go for another half an hour.
We want to kill it tonight?
Well, we could stop here and continue on. It's a perfect place
tomorrow?
to stop at. It's a perfect place to stop at. Yeah.
All right, let's stop it right here.
Oh, I really like how this is going.
Well, that's good because honestly, at this point, I like it simply because we can get more content out, which will help the YouTube algorithm. And at the same time, we get to look at Huxley's Brave New World, which again, fuck Huxley because Huxley was a psychopath. But in all honesty,
but I guess that's really a testament of how these dystopian worlds can't translate into real life, because everyone on our conscience knows this is so messed up. This can't be right.
Yeah, even though they have everything, right?
And they're conditioned to want everything. It's like the whole joke of why communism fails, that you can't recondition man. You have to recondition them over and over and over again.
If there's a bunch of things I want to show, like one of the things I want to do is some Alan Moore comics and maybe Alaric of Melda Monet, but one of the things I wanted to show on this channel is I wanted to show Enemy at the Gates. And have you ever seen the Enemy at the Gates?
What was that one?
Oh, it's with Ed Harris as a Nazi and has Jude Long as Vasily Zaitsev. It was basically the Soviets versus the Nazis in the Battle of Stalingrad. Has a bunch of British actors acting like Russian actors. It has Bob Hopkins as Nikita Khrushchev.
Was this about the I think this was the one with the snipers, the professional
Yeah,
sniper.
exactly.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
There's a wonderful quote in it where they talk about how there's always something to envy, even in a perfect world, even in a Soviet one. There's always something to envy. A friend, a kiss, love. There's always something to envy, and that's sort of like I would love to do a video of that because it's really it's a good movie.
Yeah, I think I just saw a video in my feed that says there was the Soviet Union had private property. I haven't seen the video, but I think it's a rather ironic sense that even in the Soviet Union, you had to have a sense of private property because you couldn't weed out of people.
Well, yeah, you have private property, but the problem here is that it's never going to be respected. Let's say there's a rubber shortage and you're playing with, let's say, you have, let's say, a rubber ball. They'll fucking take that from you if they need it, But yeah, Brave New World's fucking horrifying. And the sad part is we kind of are getting to that point. I mean, I've called these women thoughts because they are thoughts. They're just fucking around. They're running around, sucking out of everybody, doing everything, and everyone's doing drugs.
Of course, the thing about the thoughts is that our thoughts today, or actually, it's getting to the point where they don't repel their sense of shame. They just are complete clues about because they can't comprehend it. There's because in our culture, we still our humanity still has a concept of shame and how they shouldn't be that way, but they repel it. Oh, you just hate me because of what I am.
Yeah, you just hate me. You just hate me because I'm black. How many times have we seen that fucking argument be thrown out at us? You just hate me because I'm black. You just hate me because I'm gay. And even though you could argue maybe blackness, but the truth be told is that no one knows if you're gay. In any case,
do you tell them?
Yeah, you didn't see this in your feed probably because I didn't freaking I didn't put in the proper hashtags and tags in this video. I just did this on the fly. But tomorrow we'll be doing another podcast again. We might not be doing any podcasts until next week because of the holidays. I don't know what your schedule is, Luke.
Just Beckloff stream, and then I unfortunately haven't had a chance to make any plans because of travel limitations.
Oh, dude, you're in the same boat I'm in. Then we'll probably be hanging out. We'll probably do a Christmas stream or something like that. We'll do some karaoke. You want to do karaoke?
Sure.
I want to do some karaoke. I'll do some karaoke with you. I'll sing some Sinatra or something.
Although I really want to try find an instrumental version of the new Witcher series on Netflix has a really good bard song that I'd like to sing.
That sounds pretty good. I would very much love to have a dashing rogue teach or a bard tell us, sing us a song and a tale. That would be awesome. But yeah, we'll talk about The Witcher some other time. I think that there's a lot of things to be said about it.
Aside from the plagiarism.
We'll talk about it tomorrow, and we'll give people a reason to watch tomorrow. I'll talk. There's actually something I want to talk about it. Subscribe, like, favorite, subscribe. Remember, Saving the West is a side quest. Tune in next Saturday around, I would say, 8:30 or so for the final part of Brave New World. This is the Digital Renegade podcast. Out.